It's the Memphis Sports Network, WMC Memphis, WMFS HD2 Bartlett Memphis, WMFS FM and HD1 Bartlett, WMFS Memphis, ESPN 790 AM and 92.9 FM ESPN.
Watch the sunrise, new day's dawning, and it's calling you and me, where the mighty Mississippi flows by Memphis, Tennessee. We've got woodlands, fields, and water. Hey, there is no better way. You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Make some time. Take the family, ask a friend, but don't delay. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Good Saturday morning and welcome to another edition of the award-winning Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Best Care Home Services. Now, here's your host, Larry Ray.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 as we talk outdoors on this Saturday after Thanksgiving. And wow, we've been rolling along here. Great show. I've had such fun here and everything like that. But, of course, Ron Wong is sitting in because he is my fishing interpreter. Good morning, Ron.
Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody had a wonderful, wonderful turkey day.
What did you have for Thanksgiving, Ron? What do you usually have? Do you have a regular meal?
A regular meal plus.
So what did you have?
I had fried turkey.
Fried turkey.
Smoked turkey.
Smoked turkey.
Fried rice.
Okay. And?
Lots of vegetables.
And lots of vegetables. Okay, that's enough.
And hush puppies.
And hush puppies. Okay, got to get the hush puppies in there. And, of course, Frank Barton, we'd love to have you in here, Frank.
Good morning,
happy
Larry. Good morning, everybody.
I know you're trying to get out and get on the water and everything like that. How was your Thanksgiving?
It's always wonderful. Go to my brother's house and have a traditional Thanksgiving get-together and meal.
And your grandson comes along, too?
My grandson's there, and then I go back, and we have, for about 34 years now, been hosting a father-son hunting weekend down at farm, and so we gathered Thursday night, and they're out. They've been hunting on Friday, and they're hunting this morning while I'm in here. And then when I leave here, I'll go back down there to rejoin them, and we'll hunt for the rest of the weekend, duck hunt and deer hunt.
And then our special in-studio co-host who is here to keep us as straight as possible is Stacy Walker. What is Thanksgiving like at the Walker home?
We kind of do the non-traditional thing. My crew, Lance and the boys and I, are not turkey fans, so we do the steaks instead. So that's always a fun time.
Steaks instead, and that's Court and Cole. Now they're one of them's at Bethel now. Or?
Bethel University fishing, and Court is at Hardin County High School. He's a junior playing football, and he also is on the fishing. He fishes the high school circuit.
And both of them are wonderful sons for y'all, and we're really happy on this segment. We got to have ladies that I know not only communicate through their voice but their actions. And one of these ladies is also a wonderful, wonderful photographer that can talk about that. But we're happy to have on this segment Joella Bates from up in Waverly, Tennessee. Good morning, Joella.
Morning, Larry.
How's everything in Waverly?
Very good. Actually, I'm in Chattanooga.
You're in Chattanooga, okay.
I'm in Chattanooga right now. My sisters and my husband and all the families and took Mom up to my sister's. Actually, she lives in Graysville. And we're spending the weekend up there. and I'm gonna feed them some pheasant stuffed in some jalapeno peppers.
Oh, no. Ron has left.
Oh, yeah.
Ron has left the building.
Oh, yeah.
So to get to that. And, of course, Joella Bates, if you know, Joella is one of those extreme persons. I know I was at the Legend of the Outdoors, and all of a sudden somebody bear hugged me. And I know it was Joella, because she was there. She's a legend of the outdoors herself. Joella Bates is this is the woman, y'all, that has actually killed a lion with a bow at 6.5 yards. No. And I thought about that.
Yep,
and
I sure enough did.
You sure enough did. And that's and elephants and all. We're going to talk to Joella on the show. And also on this segment, my good friend from down in Tuskegee, Alabama, is my good friend Tess Randal-Jolly. Good morning, Tess.
Good morning, Larry. How are you?
Oh, it's great to hear your voice, and I know you and Joella. You've actually met Joella, haven't you?
Oh, we go way back, Larry. We go back a long ways to ladies' bow hunts, and we've been friends and been in hunting camp for a long time.
Well, that's why I wanted. Yeah, I know you were kind of excited to be on with Joella because you never know what Joella's going to tell me, and I know that you're Joella's interpreter for this segment. So to get it down, but this has been a great show, and I appreciate both of you being on. Here's the questions that we've asked all the ladies on today's show. Let's start with Joella. What did you want to be growing up? And I don't think she's ever grown up, even though she is a grandmother and things. But tell our listeners out there what Joella Bates wanted to do growing up.
Well, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a game warden.
A game warden? That sounds right.
A game warden.
Yeah.
I went to a hunter education class when I was in getting ready to do a youth hunt my 9th grade year. And at that class, I found out my daddy was an outlaw. And a bunch of his buddies were outlaws. And I thought that they needed to follow the law. So I wanted to be a game warden so I could catch them and make them do right.
You're going to catch your own family?
Heck yeah, and I did, too.
I'm stunned here now. I mean, because, you never know what you're going to hear on Outdoors with Larry Ray. And Joella Bates, that was a long way from what I thought you might have wanted to be. But a game warden. So what about who most inspired your career? I'm not saying your dad, but I mean, who most inspired your career?
Well, he definitely was part of the inspiration. But then when I went to 4-H Wildlife Conference and 4-H Conservation Conference, and I met a guy named Jim Byford.
I know Jim. Dr.
Byford
Jim.
Was the wildlife. Oh man, he's an amazing guy.
He's
Extension Wildlife Specialist
at UT Martin.
He was the most inspiring conservation education communicator I had ever been around. And we became big buddies. We played basketball together, hunted together, and I wanted to be like Jim. And then my buddy Steve Nifong taught me to love shooting archery. He asked me to get me a bow and said that he'd teach me to shoot teach me to hunt with a bow if I'd learn to shoot it, and he'd take me hunting. And boy, you can't imagine what that has done for the rest of my life. So those three guys have been a big inspiration.
Well, and we're talking to Joella Bates. She's inducted in the UT Martin Athletic Hall of Fame, the Outdoor Channel Circle of Honor, the Legend of the Outdoors National Hall of Fame. And I got to ask you about your career at UT Martin to get inducted into that. What sport did you play at UT Martin?
I was on the rifle team.
That's what I thought. That's what I wanted people to know, because that UT Martin at that time, and I don't know now, but you guys were you were the best there was, wasn't you?
Well, my freshman year, we were the bottom team in the nation. And the coach saw me shoot at a turkey shoot, and he said, I want you to come back and let me suit you up for and see if you can shoot a rifle in competition. And I'd never competed before. And 10 days after that, I was the top shooter on the team.
And that's pretty amazing when you think about that. But it led to so many different things. And so you talked about people that inspired you. So what do you love about what you're doing?
When I first tried archery, I beat myself up. I was black and blue. I didn't really have someone in the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And the beginning was back when I was in ninth grade at 4-H camp.
Yeah.
No one taught me how to do it right.
Mm.
And now I've worked my way into a position and become very educated and very skilled in archery. And I focus a lot of my attention on training instructors and working with kids and helping folks get a good start to the sport of archery so they'll love it for a lifetime.
Well, I know you can refresh our audience out there about your recent trip with the American team. Tell a little bit about that.
Well, I after all these years, I got to represent the United States on Team USA for the World Archery 3D Championships held in Roubaix, France. And at 56 years old, I was one of the older women there at the competition, but in no way was I bringing up the rear. I had a really rough time. I had a gallbladder attack right before I left, and then I got bit by a bunch of brown recluse spiders. But, I still finished just a little ways out of making it into the elimination rounds. And I'm already getting ready for Team USA in 2019 to go to Alberta, Canada, and whip some butt.
Joella Bates, and I can imagine from Waverly to France, and fitting in with those people over there. But so tell us, Joella, a little bit something that you're thankful for as we have this holiday Thanksgiving weekend. What are you thankful for?
Getting to spend the holiday with my entire family,
Mm-hmm.
My sisters, my mom, our spouses, and that's just been really special. And I'm so thankful that I have all this huge outdoor family.
You do.
That we love each other and we inspire each other and we have each other's back. And I have so many archery friends that would come help me out if I got stranded somewhere, no matter where that somewhere is.
Yeah.
And I'm so thankful that God has placed these people in my life.
And I know one of these people is the other lady on the phone with us, Tess Jolly from Tuskegee, Alabama. And Tess, I know you, and as you said, you and Joella go back a long way. Tell our listeners a little bit about what did Tess Jolly want to be growing up?
Well, Tess Jolly is probably one of the older guests on this show.
Well, we're not talking age, Tess. No, go on now. Come on now.
I was a little farm girl on a farm, but way back when, and in a family business, and we had greyhounds, and I was in a hunting family, and anything that had to do with animals, I wanted to be a vet.
There's another vet.
I kind of wanted to be I wanted to be something that would keep me around animals.
Yes, you're not.
But my career path took a different approach, but I ended up doing what I love to do for the last 25 years.
Well, I know you and your husband Ron are you have a special relationship there, and I know that. Give us an idea who most inspired your career.
Well, it's like Joella said. There's a number of things that inspired me, and some of them I didn't recognize until later on. But my parents, of course, they honeymooned in Colorado on a mule deer hunt. So
right, my kind of people. Yeah,
I was born into a hunting family with the DNA, and living out in a rural area. Dad was very open to taking me hunting
Yeah.
when I was a little girl, and smuggled me into a men's only hunt club and named me Harvey.
Harvey,
And
okay, Harvey.
Yeah, if it hadn't been for the Harvey experience for about 3 years until I got old enough to notice boys,
Yeah.
I would not have had the grounding that I had for love and respect to the outdoors. And then later on in life, after a couple other careers, I can look back and see that White Oak Plantation and experience as the first female turkey guide,
Yes.
and meeting all the folks in the outdoor industry that I met, and marrying Randal-Jolly,
Yes.
who taught me that I could run a camera,
Yes.
was an inspiration.
Well,
and I've had a lot of mentors after that. So,
well, all of us had been White Oak Plantation before. I went on a muzzleload hunt down there. That is an amazing thing. So, so why do you love what you're doing?
well, I could ask you, how could I not love it?
That's right. Yeah.
Nature and outdoors is my office.
Yes.
And many people get to say that. And when you really love the outdoors, I have a Native American heritage. My great-great-grandmother was full-blooded Cree.
Yes.
And it's in my DNA, Larry.
Yeah.
I really have to be in the outdoors to be happy. And I don't know any other way to say it. But when I'm not, I'm happiest when I'm out there, and just being able to use the skills that God has blessed me with to capture the beauty of his creation and share it with others and inspire others, educate others. And I mean, that's what makes me love my career. And not only that, but just people like Joella and you and all the other people that have that same appreciation for God's creation and are able to use their skills to showcase God's work.
Well, you do that quite well, in fact, and I'm sorry I wasn't at Seopa this year due to being a magazine editor now. I didn't know it was this hard, so we have deadlines, but Tess was, and I congratulate you. You were presented the Tom Rollins Award as Seopa's highest honor at this year's conference, and myself, knowing Tom Rollins from the old days, I couldn't think of a more worthy person to win that honor, Tess, so I congratulate you.
Well, I really appreciate that. That was a humbling experience.
Yeah.
I can tell, total shock, and I am just completely humbled. They're just, I thank God that I've been involved with Seopa, and it's grown my life in many ways.
Well, we're all family, so before we let you go, and you guys go, what are you thankful for at this Thanksgiving weekend, Tess?
Well, it's like everybody. I'm thankful for my family. I had wonderful parents and siblings. I have a wonderful son, and now a 1-year-old grandbaby that I intend to expose to the outdoors.
There you go.
At the first opportunity. I'm thankful that I live in this country, and I'm able to do what I can do. But mostly I'm thankful for friends like you and like Joella and like all of our colleagues in this business. We are truly blessed, and I feel like every day should be Thanksgiving for most of us.
That's right, it should be. Well, thank you, Joella. Thank you, Tess, for being on this special show, and hope to see y'all down the road, and a happy Thanksgiving to all of y'all, okay?
We had
Thank you
great
so
one,
much,
and we'll
Larry.
look forward to the next one.
Okay, thank you. All right, let's take a break, wrap it up. I know we're probably running behind, but what a show. We'll do what we can on Outdoors with Larry Ray as Stuart settles into his job of trying to put this thing together.
You can find out